everybody. Joleen, Lunzer!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel for another episode of Joleen and Shanna break down the Real Housewives of Potomac, also known as Married to Bravo. I'm here with my hilarious and wonderful co-host, Shanna Christmas. Shanna, how you doing?
What up? I'm David Pumpkins.
And we are wearing I'm wearing some cat ears and you're wearing the cutest little devil. And they're like barrettes.
Mm-hmm.
They're so cute. They look so cute. Happy day after Halloween, everybody. If you're joining us live, welcome. Make sure you smash the like. Let's get the likes up. I mean, double like it. Log in from your sock account, log in for your grandma's account, log in from everyone's account.
Yeah.
And like that video. It helps us in the algorithm. Also, if you want to support the channel, you know we have a membership on YouTube, a Patreon, and I also you have the ability to send a super chat while we're live and we'll highlight your comment. It's so fantastic. I also listed below Venmo, PayPal, all that stuff that the YouTubers have. But most importantly, I've pinned in the live chat for all of you joining Shanna's channel. And our goal before Potomac is over is to get Shanna to 1K subs. It's our goal.
Today.
Yeah. Where are you at right now? Where are we at? Are we at 200?
No, we're almost. I think we're at 175.
That's great. That is great because you're
getting
building, you're growing. She's putting out hilarious content. If you don't know Shanna, if this is your first time here and you don't even know me, we're both stand-up comedians. We love Bravo. I cover all these shows. Shanna is doing these super funny videos about news and pop culture and all kinds of really cool stuff. So you definitely want to check it out. So it's pinned. It's really easy for you guys. I got to click, open a new tab, hit that subscribe, because once you hit 1,000, then you can apply for monetization. And that's when YouTube starts getting fun, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm already having a lot of fun now. Just imagine how much more fun I'll have with 1,000 people hanging out.
So much more
I'm
fun.
going to be hanging out. Not
yes.
like that. Oh, that's a
maybe
different channel.
You could set a goal though and say, if I hit that, here's what's going to hang out.
Oh, well, I gotta think about that. What should I do? Anybody in the chat? What would be something you come back to see?
You know what? If I would like to figure that out too. So if you could tell me that too, what I would come back to see. My mom's
collaborative
here.
Interpretive dance.
Something we'll do something cool. Nana's in the chat. What's up, Nana? Thank you. She's joining us all the way from where Nana's joined Facebook. We're live on Facebook as well. Hello, question mark. We're here to recap all of the latest of the Real Housewives of Potomac, season 7, episode 4, Not All Fun and Games. Shout out to you guys live. Garcia says, I've never watched a Real Housewives of anything, or maybe just Potomac, but best believe I'm going to support my queen, Joleen. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you, Garcia.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
We love to see it. Yes, just here for everything.
We're just, we love it. Oh, my mom's shopping at Kohl's and watching us, Shanna. Oh,
Mom.
My God. Shanna, my mods are going to keep a live count of your subs. You're at 179 right now. At least we could get Shanna to 200, I feel like. So keep reminding in the chat mods. At least we can get to 200 right now. Just did today.
Yeah, that'd be so dope. Oh my gosh.
We can do it. We can do it.
I'm going to cry. And I'm an ugly crier. So
no way. I don't believe it. So I was asking you before we went on air, but you had a good Halloween? Like, I know you worked and...
yeah, I had 2 shows on a Thursday night where I almost died on stage. That video's up on my channel as a short.
No spoilers.
It's me being dramatic, but if you see it, it's quite funny. And then I went to I had another show on Saturday night, and the audience was weird, and I hated them, but at the end they were like, "You were great," and you're like, "What is this?" And then I went to a house party, and that was fun. I missed all the other stuff. I got there at midnight, so everybody was already changing out of their costumes because they were tired. but there
Mhm.
was still some tequila left. So I was like, yeah.
That's when like the makeup's running. There's
Yeah. I was
been
like, what are you supposed to be? They're
all
like,
the
I
things.
was a so and so, but it's all just like a mess. Like,
Yeah, but then I gave a hand job and now I'm just, regular me or something. I don't know. We like to start the live with hand jobs.
not hand
Maybe.
jives.
Yeah,
Not the
not
hand jive.
this. Well, you could try that.
You could try some of these are hand job moves, but
Mhm.
not this one. This one might be painful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm married. I feel like under God, he has to try that with me. So now I'm gonna be like,
Boop, boop, boop,
ciao.
boop.
Jamie B says, I miss house parties, right? Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on the house.
Yes. This was a nice house. This guy has a lot of money. So he had a house like up on a hill somewhere where it's like different
Oh,
rooms and a
damn.
patio, and it was pretty dope. So yeah. And I didn't mind it. I haven't been to a house party in a while, and he had like a food truck that was there earlier and all
Oh,
kinds of
that's
stuff. So
adult. I'm thinking
yeah,
like
it was.
basement, keg, stinky.
I mean, sometimes depending on what time of the night, that might be okay.
I'm too much of a Judge Judy. Thank you, Diana Lee, for the super chat, the first super chat of the live from the lean team. Yes, yes. We know, Jamie B, you're all about a hand job. Speaking of which, my mom said she subscribed to Shanna as well. So,
Yay!
subscriber 180. Let's keep the live count. This will be fun to see. This will be fun to see. Thank you,
Woo!
Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. Okay. So I would like to, they finally, after 4 long weeks, now we're getting to Potomac, after 4 long weeks of waiting for the taglines of Potomac to drop, they've released them. Okay. So Shauna, I want to get your reaction, your first reaction to this, your comedic reaction, however you're feeling about these taglines. I will say them out loud. Probably not in the way the housewives will say them. I'll try to deliver it, but we'll see. Okay, Brittany just subbed and we got 181. Oh my God, Evelyn, thank you for the super chat. Love when you do lives early enough for me to watch Eastern time. Yay, thank you for the super chat. Okay, first one's Gizelle. Okay, I'm trying to get my inner Gizelle. Okay, messy, messy, messy. Your husband's trying to do me, even though he's not. Okay, Gizelle says, I'm pretty petty and always sitting on ready.
No, you're not. Ready for what exactly, Gizelle? What? No, that's false. I don't like that. That's a
To
false
accuse
statement.
husbands falsely. That's what she's here to do.
Sitting on the ready?
Yep. I'm pretty,
No.
petty, and always sitting on ready.
Wow, I like yours better than probably how she said it, because yours was actually quite convincing. I believe
Thank you.
you.
I am all those things. I'm all those
I
things.
don't feel like Giselle's ready. I feel like she's quite thrown off anytime someone has like a comeback for her. She's like never prepared.
Like
She
what?
seems to be the last person to have a retort ready. I don't like that one, Gizelle. No, boo.
No, she should have mentioned, like JBB say, she should have been like, I got neck, I got ankles, but I'll never have any cankles or something. You know what I mean? Like something.
Maybe that's next season if she's still on the show.
Yeah.
Give
Yeah,
that.
if
She has a storyline next season.
I mean, well, if people keep bringing their husband, she'll have a storyline. Okay. So Ashley Darby's is, you may think you know my story, but there's always a plot twist.
Yeah, she's not wrong. Right?
I mean, yes, because now we're seeing finally we're leaving Michael Darby. We've been waiting for that. I mean, I don't know about you guys. Let us know in the chat, but
yeah, it's taken a while for those emails and for the blogs to catch fire. I mean, I feel like Ashley's always like a plot stirrer. I just made that up.
I like that. The plot stirrer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you think you have an idea and then you're like, oh wait, y'all are doing this too? Well, what is this now? She's always trying to keep the story going. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's something else she's got going on that we won't know about until later. So I like that one. That's pretty accurate.
Okay, so far Ashley's is your favorite. All right, Robyn's time. Okay, Robyn's like, when it comes to the truth, I always arrive on time. I just feel like Robyn has that sexy deep voice. When it comes to the truth, I always arrive on time. Was that a good Robyn, you guys? Was that good?
It's actually quite good, but I was thrown off. I was like, she does kind of sound like that.
She's got that sexy, like deep voice. Deep. Juan, I'm so glad Juan Dixon's not here to hear this.
what she's saying though, but you're so funny.
Well, I think it's a play on like she's always late. She's like me. She must have ADHD. So when it comes to the truth, I'll always arrive on time. So she's
So
late, but not
she'll
to the
show up
truth.
late, but she'll stand in her truth when she gets there.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And there will be a very ill-prepared get-together and party with Reynolds wrap on top of what I assume is some kind of sandwich meat casserole. I don't know what it was.
That
what she was
picnic
serving.
table, they were dragging her little picnic get-together table.
I know. She didn't even have weights to keep the tablecloth down. She was like, this is not very organized. Oh, Robyn. I love a Robyn. So Robyn's is...
It's
I mean,
it's
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They need people like us to write their taglines. I don't know who they're consulting with, but
they really do.
Talk to Ashley's people.
They need writers. They need writers. Okay. Now we have Candace. My vocals are clean, but my reads are for filth.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I mean, her vocals okay. Oh yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
She's very good at reading though. She is very she's got that down. I'll give it to her. I don't know. I mean, the vocals fine, sure. Not a lot of singing this season, but all right.
They're clean. Apparently, when she was out on tour, wherever she's touring, Drew Sidora showed up to sing with her.
Oh, really? From Atlanta?
Yeah, apparently Drew. I still don't get the. Are you a Drew fan? I don't get the hype over Drew. I don't know if there is hype over Drew. Why is she? I don't know.
I felt like I kind of stopped watching the show when they started shuffling people around. I watched maybe like half a season with Drew on it. I'm not even quite sure where I know her from. She was on
a show.
She's on TV show. Oh, The Game, right?
Game, yep. Mm-hmm.
But she was on The Game after Tia or Tamara left, right? She's like on yeah. So I stopped watching. Yeah, I stopped watching The Game after the main people left. So I don't.
Of course.
Was it? Did you watch the footage of them being on stage together? Did you catch any of it?
I saw a picture. That's it. I just saw a picture and I thought tea, and then I forgot until right now.
I'm like, well,
I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to hone my blogging skills to hop in the Bravo algorithm and do like these edited videos with like tea and funny stuff. Which it's a lot to keep up with.
It is.
It's a lot.
I've been paying attention to them. They're like 5-minute things, but it's a lot.
Try not to talk too much. I know, but it takes me forever because I put too much into even a 5-minute video when I could just say this happened and move on with my life. But I have to be like, no, I have to add more.
Yeah, I feel like if there was either positive or negative from the collaboration, we would have heard about it. And since no one said anything, it was just probably.
I think I'm the only person on earth talking about it. And then that person took the photo and that's it. So this is exclusive stale tea that you're getting.
Wow. You're getting exclusive content that nobody asked for.
I mean, I should be adding this to members only, but I'm a very good person. All right. So we think Candace's is hers better than Ashley's. So my vocals are clean, but my reads are for filth. Or you may think you know my story, but there's always a plot twist.
It might be a tie for right now.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let us know what you guys think. Yes, House of Princess. Shout out to House of Princess. Potomac talk. We are talking Potomac. So it's a tie right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Mia. I may not remember everything. What the fuck? I haven't read these yet, so I'm reacting to. It's like, what do you have? TBI? What are you talking about? You may not remember. What?
I already hate it.
Okay. I may not remember everything. Okay. Wait. I may not remember everything, but you'll never forget me.
No.
You
know why she's saying that? Because there was a tweet after that whole Chris thing came out.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chris was like, hey, that's not cool that you said that. And she goes, I don't remember. Ha ha ha. Like that's what she responded to when she was trying to say he was looking at her.
Oh.
And
so that's too fresh. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that happened like a week ago, I think. It was a little bit because she kept saying whenever she said that Chris was looking at her at the thing and they had like the screenshots or like the footage and
still not looking at her.
Yeah. And then on Twitter, like people were like, why would you say that about Chris when that wasn't true? And she was like, I don't remember. And he had actually commented and said, that's not cool. And she goes, I don't remember LOL. And so that's what you're going to use, Mia. I don't remember much, but you'll never forget me because you're always looking at me, even when you're not.
Yeah. I always feel like somebody's watching me when they're not, even though they never are or something. You know what I mean? Like that would have been fun. But yeah, no.
No self-awareness. No, we don't like it, Mia. Go away.
Self-awareness. I'm going to exploit my mom's addiction. No, that's too much, Joleen. But that for a storyline. But that's kind of, I feel like, what's been happening. All right. So Mia,
I may not remember everything. Like that makes you sound, you're not credible now. No matter what you do, people are going to be like, well, you said you don't remember anything anyway. So
I mean, it's like, yeah, maybe her, medicine made her forget, or we don't know. Mia, that was a very bad. I may not remember everything. Okay, first of all, that's just scary. First of all, and you should go to a doctor. That's
right. Why is that not something you want to work on?
I just expect something better. This is your second season. You're sophomore now. This is like freshman vibes.
Yeah. This is the sophomore flop, is what they call it when in the music biz.
Yes, she is. She's got first.
Yeah, you got a good first album, and then your second album's like,
this is it. Yeah. All right, Wendy. Wendy says, "I'm a Nigerian queen with no time for mean."
But that's a lie as well.
Well,
isn't she kind of mean?
Well, yeah. I'm a Wendy apologist. I feel so. Wendy and Eddie are my favorite. Eddie's my favorite husband. I can't help it. I hope nothing ever bad comes out about him because he's my favorite. So yeah, I would say no. I would say she just can't help that she's smarter than everybody else.
Okay.
And comes prepared. But that's, again, very biased because I'm a Wendy apologist. So
yeah, but
people are saying she's shady.
Yeah, I'm about to say last week when she left the little thing and was like, oh, we know Mia's a liar. Like that's kind of mean.
You're right. She had a hot mic moment.
Yeah.
But I tend to love a hot mic moment. Like I don't know if you watched Salt Lake City, but Lisa Barlow got caught in a hot mic moment last season. And she talked about her very best friend, Meredith Marks, and said, I don't care. She's a slut. She's fucked half of New York. Her husband can't hold a job. Her and her stupid family. Like she just went off and they caught it. And now, surprise, surprise, Meredith's like, I don't really want to be friends with you. Because
I saw some of that beef. I didn't know what was happening because I saw a trailer for it and they're like Meredith and so are beefing. And I was like, ooh, that sounds interesting. But I didn't care enough to go back and watch all the stuff. So I know she said all that though. Damn.
It was a great, horrible if you're Meredith and you think that's your friend, but it was so funny. She's like, I hate her. She's a fucking bitch. She's fucked half in New York. She's horrible. Her husband can't hold a job. That's why they don't own a home. Her and her stupid family are so fake. And I was like, I don't know if you can come back from that. That you put that in your diary and then burn it.
Damn.
Shanna. I love to see a first reaction.
That's like when Kathy Hilton was like, and what were you saying in the room? You were like, yeah, I hear you. I agree. And then Garcelle was like, oh.
I loved Garcelle's.
You have your contract coming up. Oh, God. Oh, shit. She said your contract was up. Oh, God.
Kathy Hilton oh my God. It's so sad we might never get a Kathy Hilton tagline. I would really like to. It'd probably be stupid, but I would like to hear
it. Yeah, I don't mind Wendy's. I don't like it as much as Candace's.
So. It's not as good as Candace's. And I do expect better from Wendy because when she comes to the reunion, she comes ready to read everybody. And it's so, like, some people might say rehearsed, but I don't feel like it's super rehearsed.
Well,
but I'm a Wendy apologist.
You're biased, yes.
I'm biased. I'm very biased.
I don't feel like her being like, because she's such like a school person. She didn't really learn how to be like a roaster person or somebody who like kind of can snap really quickly. So it does feel like more like she's preparing talking points for like a TV hit, you know what I mean? For like a news channel. So she's not quick on the draw, but it's more like later on that I'm going to have these things to say. So she's
coming prepared.
Yeah. Right. But
like
in the
moment,
she's not fast enough in the moment. So I'm not sure if they asked her for a tagline right now, but I think that could be a little bit better.
Yeah, I think I agree. Oh, Jamie Beam, sorry. With Lisa Barlow's hot mic, she also said, she's a whore. I hate her. She effed half of New York. Her husband can't hold a job. That's why they don't own a house. And her and her fake phony family or something. Okay. Thank you.
I love the word whore. It's such a fun word.
It is fun. It's fun when well, it's not fun to be called a whore, but it's fun saying whore.
Yeah, I like saying it on stage. I don't use it in like normal conversation, but on stage,
Yeah.
if you're like right in the microphone and you just drop that whore on
Whore!
people, oh, yeah, oh,
Not like when you're at Trader Joe's and you're like, move it, whore,
no,
and you're
no,
like, oh, sorry, sir. Sorry,
that's
sir.
different.
I just want the last Kringle. That's the only time I would. And I'd only call men whores. I never call a woman a whore, just men.
I love that.
Yeah. I
That
just
sounds
feel,
fun.
yeah. Same with bitch or Mitch. I try not to call women bitches, but men can get a bitch and a Mitch all day long. You know?
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. I like that.
That's where my sexism is. Okay. Boo you whore or boo you wear. Yep. Okay. Princess is saying Wendy didn't learn how to read. I'm a nerd and my extracurricular activity is reading. Wendy gets no excuses.
That's true. That's true. I hear you.
Andrea says you would love Baltimore. Whore is a favorite around here. I hope the way we use it. Okay.
I wouldn't be able to understand half the things people are saying in Baltimore. I've seen quite a few videos of people like saying Aaron runs errands, and it's all the same. Earn, and earn.
Oh,
earn.
yeah.
Like, what? I don't even want to know
what is going on.
What they're saying whore. Are they saying whore like that? Or are they saying her? Like, is it? I don't know. But that'd be fun.
We need a Baltimorean. Is that what you call yourself when you're from Baltimore? A Baltimorean? A Baltimorean to speak to us, say that to us. Okay. I didn't say that correctly. Okay. And then finally, the Grand Dame, or as Andy Cohen calls her, the Grand Dame. Karen says, just like a 3-wick, I burn slow and I never waver. I'm sorry, I added an I. Sorry. Just like a 3-wick, I burn slow and never waver. Plan or candle?
All right.
I kind of like it.
It's not bad. It's not bad for her.
Yeah.
I don't get like, so we'll rank it. Okay, Candace, Ashley. Do we say that Grand Dame, the Grand Dame is third over Wendy?
Yeah, because I'm even more of a Karen apologist than I am a Wendy apologist.
Okay.
So if there's a ranking, it's Karen, Wendy, everybody else.
Okay.
So, yep.
And then are we putting Robyn, Gizelle, then Mia? How do the bottom 3 go?
Oh, God. Okay, well, Mia's is, I may not remember everything, but you'll never forget me. That's the worst one, in my opinion.
She's last. Okay.
Because that's scaring me about her health, amnesia, dementia, CBD oil. What is the one? CTE, TBIs, all the bad stuff. And then it's between who? Candace?
No, Robyn and Gizelle.
Robyn and Gizelle. Okay, Gizelle. I'm pretty petty and always sitting on ready. I mean, I do think that's better than when it comes to the truth, I always arrive on time. So I'd put Gizelle before
Robyn, then Mia at the bottom. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So again, we have ranked that officially Joleen and Shanna's ranking would be number 1 would be Karen, right? No,
Candace.
Okay, Shanna, you say it because I'm gonna fuck it up.
Number 1's Candace. Number 2 is Ashley. Number 3 is Karen. Number 4 is Wendy. Number 5 is Gizelle.
Yep.
Then 6 is Robyn. Then 7 is Mia.
Put in the chat if you guys agree with us, okay? If anyone wants to write that out in the chat, because I don't remember, and Shanna just said it, and I don't remember. Okay. So there you go.
A 3-wick. I always do what? I burn what now?
Oh yeah. Ooh. Okay. Like a 3-wick, I burn slow and never waver.
I burn slow and never waver.
And I tongue kiss Ray on that one street. Like she was telling her daughter about that again.
No. Please.
Karen and Ray just tonguing it down. What do you think when they do park or when they did park? Like what song do you think they're making out to?
No.
You're not thinking about it?
No.
Mm-mm. What do I think so? Oh, I could see them going, ooh, ba-do-do-do-do.
No.
Ooh, ba-do-do. And then Ray comes at the very first time.
No.
Your brown eyes. And then,
do you think Ray's doing that?
In my fantasies,
Have you ever seen Ray like do anything like remotely like?
I think I've seen him do this once, like a little. It sounds familiar. Like I think I've seen him do that. I think he'll do that. Or
Okay.
Endless Love. That's probably more my
Yeah,
endless
yeah.
love. Yeah, that's probably more of their generation.
Yeah, I like that one. That I still don't want to think about them making out though, but that might be the soundtrack to it.
Yep, I think that that's the one. That's the one. All right. Let's get into this. We'll break it down by housewife, and I have some screenshots I think here that we can share. Come on, mouse, work with me. All right. So episode 4, I'll tell you overall, I kind of felt like this was a little fillery, Shanna. What did you think? Like it just didn't, there was nothing besides the big Ashley, Michael Darby divorce leak and Karen
at
getting
the end.
yeah, at the end, and Karen getting bronchitis when she saw Charrisse. That's it. I mean,
Yeah, I wasn't really feeling the episode. It was just kind of like whatever.
yeah, it's just, but we're gonna make it so interesting. So tune in, stay tuned, stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm
for
trying to
sure.
remember. I'm like, because even it was like, wait, so who are we talking about? Who are we
Okay,
talking
let's
about right
start
now?
first with Wendy, and I'm gonna pull up a screen grab. And so we have Wendy talking to her husband, Eddie.
Oh, right. About
And
the
about-
not getting invited and about the restaurant hanging out
Yes.
with. Yes. I feel like Eddie, he's just doing his best to support his wife. She's always got some kind of something going on. He's like, how much money we talking?
And Peter,
Money-
Peter, the one
Yeah.
that restaurants close. Okay, cool.
Okay, right. And he doesn't. I feel like he does his best to not like say stuff to her on TV that's like, "Come on, Wendy." He walks her through it. I think that's a very supportive husband to have. I actually like his style because if that was me, I'd be like, "Girl, what are you talking about?" Like I would ruin. I'm not good in relationships. I'm like, that's a stupid idea. That's what I say. But Eddie's more like, okay, let's talk through this. So you're hanging out with Peter, who's a failed businessman, and he wants you to put in $300,000 for a library bar, and you already have a candle thing. And okay, like he does it in a way to make her kind of evaluate. Yeah, is that dumb? Like, put it on her to figure it out, but give her the push.
Exactly.
Like Eddie.
He does it in such a handsome way too.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I think Eddie is just so handsome, and he's just like you say, he's kind. He knows how to handle his wife. There's something very attractive about that. Like when Chell can speak to me without, really speak to me in a way, kind of like you're explaining. Like I know what I just presented to you is the dumbest idea ever, and it's going to ruin our life. But make me feel like I came to that on my own without telling me it's dumb. Like there's something so powerful and attractive about that.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about Eddie.
It's a good thing that I can recognize in others, but I definitely do not have. So if anybody is interested in dating me, please know that if your dreams don't make sense, I will crush them.
Yeah, as you should. Yeah, this was. I mean, again, this is just like you said, Wendy kind of, I want to work with Peter. What about the candles? What about how much money? All this stuff. And I love when she was talking about her daughter, so cute. And she's talking about, I'm going to hang out with my kids or something. And her daughter's like, hang out with me, play with me.
She's like, okay, God, I'll play with you. Jeez.
That's what kids will do. They will literally just put shit into perspective. They will show you what you're saying you don't do right in front of you. They're like, you're not playing with me now.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, we're outside and you won't play with me. What is this for? Why'd you bring me out here?
Exactly. And then we see this like back and forth between what happened between her and Robyn. So we're still on that. And Robyn has decided, which I think you should not be able to do this. I think this is one of my biggest pet peeves. When you're on the Housewives, when you're on the Housewives and you're a housewife, you have to go to all the events. I don't care if you're not getting along. You got to go on all the trips. You got to go to all the events. You can't get the bronchitis. You can't go, she hurt my feelings. So you and your kids can't come in the potato sacks. You can't do that. You have to show up because we watch all the women interact. And if you're not getting along, this is still your job. So
we need to see y'all not get along.
Yes. I don't think Robyn should have not invited Wendy. And then when Robyn decides that she's gonna call Candace and be like, play auntie, and you can bring Wendy's kids. I mean, Shanna, what did you think of that?
I don't like that. And it's also like, did you expect Wendy to just let her kids go with Candace to this thing that you didn't want
Yes.
her at in the first place? Like, what is that? How is that your solution? Like, why don't you call Wendy and apologize for being an asshole about the kids and just let it be like that? Why even involve Candace? Like, that's weird too. Don't put me in that mess.
And did you hear Candace when she called Candace like, yay? And it was that yay that like, I think at first she thought, hey, I'm calling you like auntie, like maybe like something to do with her kid, with Robyn's kids. Like,
Right.
I don't know. It just, she didn't expect that. So then she was like, that reaction where you're just thrown off, like you did not expect. So you're like, yay,
Right.
but really you're like, this is stupid.
And that's what Candace should have said. I don't feel comfortable being the middleman. That's your mess. That's not. And I don't want to bring Wendy's kids.
No, Wendy has 3 children. Candace has 0. She's trying for one, doing the thing, but that's a lot of kids. Candace is little too. Like
I'm not trying to wrangle these babies to somebody else's little park get together. Y'all figure it out. I'm sorry.
It's a lot of responsibility for a non-mother.
Hey, I've never seen them interact like that where the kids are like Auntie Candace. Are they that close?
Wendy and Candace are close. Yes.
Okay.
But I don't know. We don't see it. I mean, we do see the Potomac kids, but we really don't see a lot of events with the kids in Housewives, period. They're kind of just there or they're not.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen any like, oh, when they see Candace, it's like, yay. I don't know how that dynamic is, but if they're not used to like going in car rides with Candace, you definitely don't want the first time to be on a damn TV show. Like,
right?
What the hell?
And I think the only time I remember is I don't know if you remember this, but on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Dorit's little son, there's Phoenix, and then what's the son's name? I always forget his name, but Dorit's son comes and Jagga sits down, and this is when Dorit wasn't getting along with Erica, and PK's there, and they're like, you know who that is? And then the little boy looked at Erica Jane and goes, the bad guy, or something like that. The villain. And it's like, that kid has definitely heard that at home. Like that kid.
That's the other part, right? You get the kids alone and they start telling you all the shit that they hear at the house. And I'm pretty sure Wendy didn't want that either. Don't be leaving my kids along with Robyn so she can get intel. No.
Well, and how uncomfortable. If someone doesn't like me, I'm not going to send. I mean, I'm not a mom, but I wouldn't send even my niece and nephew, like these little beings that I love so much. If you don't like me, how do I know you're going to be nice to my kid? I mean, I know Robyn's not going to be mean to children, but I just
awkward.
It's awkward. And if people ask, and then what if my kids are there and then you guys are talking shit about me and then my kid's here and that's uncomfortable. It was just so dumb. For what was Robyn thinking? I like that she's starting to get a backbone and an opinion, but I don't like this. This is, and Juan Dixon. I am so glad Juan Dixon, I wish he was not there at that time because he's like, I think that's a good idea. No, Juan, no. This is not a good idea.
No. See, that's when you need the Eddie approach, being like, does that make sense?
Yeah, like that. Wow. So you think that's fantastic, a good idea. Okay. Yeah.
How do you think that your kids would feel if they went there with somebody else and not their mom? Do you think they'd ask any questions?
And then she would have been like, oh yeah, like, but what if it was our boys?
Right.
Would you do that? And maybe Robyn, I don't know. It just felt so
That's
messy.
true. Maybe Robyn would just let her kids go to something at Wendy's house without her coming. I don't think so, though.
House of Princesses, Candace probably don't even know those kids.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, go with Candace.
They're like, who? The lady you're on the show with? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I know they're close friends, but yeah, I don't know if they hang out with the kids and stuff because Candace and Chris don't have kids yet. So I don't know how that works for them. Tatiana says, and Robyn really, she really thought she was extending an olive branch. Like, what girl? Like, yeah, no. It's a no. So really, we don't get to see a ton from Wendy. We just see her and Eddie talking about the business stuff, talking about the stuff with Robyn, and then I don't even know if we get another Wendy segment.
I think that was it.
Yeah, and I didn't enjoy that. I didn't like that. But back to Robyn, we do see Robyn with her family. She's planning this big potato sack party, and this is when Robyn's son. That's all I could, because literally they're sitting on bleachers. She didn't even bring them chairs. Where are the beverages? There should be a cooler of drinks. Like, you guys are at the point where you've been on this TV show long enough. Hire a food truck. Shanna said she just went to a house party with the food truck. Surely TV people could get a taco truck to show up to cater.
Now, you know, Mia was like, my son didn't even want to come, and I should have stayed with him. Even her 13-year-old was like, Robyn? No, I'm not going to that.
Andrea says, Wendy wasn't missed. Well, we can agree to disagree. I still love you, Andrea. But so they're kind of talking about it, and they're practicing because they're a competitive family, because as Robyn says, your dad is a world-class athlete, to which the son says, you're a world-class bench player. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But the way it came out, it sounded like he said bitch, because everybody was like, what? You're a world-class bitch player?
He's like, and you can tell Juan was like, he's got a lot to prove this season, because he's very in his feelings. Juan is he's up in his emotions. He's getting root canals he can't handle. I mean, I've had a root canal and showed up. That is a wrong day to get the root canal.
Juan's he's like, I mean, that's a better excuse than Karen just like coughing all of a sudden and then running away. But a root canal, sure. I mean, I've gotten them, and just like, my dentist does a 3D print of your crown the same day. You get the root canal with a new tooth and you're out of there. And so I'm not sure why he can't man up or whatever and go to the potato sack thing, like you said. But
Something
maybe he doesn't want to be there. That's the thing.
And I think I get that vibe from Juan's face. His face reads, I don't want to be here all the time now.
I don't want to be on this show. We just need the money. And you asking me all these questions on camera about prenups and this and that. Now I got a root canal.
Yep. I mean, what a dated planet too. Like the big family day Robyn's been disinviting people to. He's like, well, you can disinvite me because my face. Yeah. And also, what was that reasoning? Are we in junior high? He's like, half of my face is like numb and it's crooked, and I don't want you guys to tease me. It's like, what?
That numbing wears off after like a couple hours. It's not even.
And who's going to tease you?
Juan don't want to be there. That's why they ain't getting married. All of it's a lie. Juan just wants to get his credit back together.
Seriously, I think you're exactly right. I mean, this was a ridiculous time to go to the dentist on Family Potato Sack Day. I didn't get it. I did not understand it.
Maybe the root canal. Maybe it was an emergency root canal, and he didn't. That was the only day. Maybe he went to the dentist on a Saturday when they're always open, and got the root canal on the weekend.
I feel like now that Michael Darby's not around, Juan's like, there's no one there to like love on me. There's no one there to be obsessed with me.
That's true. That's what's missing from this season, to be quite honest. We need some Michael Darby and Juan behind the scenes giggling about some shit they did off camera.
I mean,
I'd watch some of that. I'd just be intrigued to see if I catch some kind of random tea from it, you know?
Right? I mean, because we want to hear this one more time. I mean, that's the only thing Michael Darby was good for, is his love of Juan was so inspiring. It made me want to fall in love again.
And you know what? He wasn't wrong. He said they're not getting married. So he knows more about Juan than any of us do. That's why he's laughing like that.
I mean, Gollum always knows. I mean, Preston will never marry Rob. Rob's like, I'm so glad Juan Dix is not here. It is just, yeah.
See, that laugh is a laugh of somebody who's got like inside jokes with just Juan, and we're catching it on camera. They've done stuff, and it's probably been seedy.
Yeah, they've been in their underoos with other ladies together. I just have a feeling, allegedly, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's why he's like, Juan ain't getting married. He said something behind the scenes where he's like, listen, man, we just doing this for the TV. This is going to be a storyline so we can, you know what I mean?
Sorry, Legally Leah. Not too much on Robyn. Okay, not too much. We will.
Is she what's sorority? Is she an AKA?
I think she is, right?
Leah?
Leah, tell us.
Sorry.
Tell us, Legally Leah. Were you in a sorority?
Me, no. I played volleyball in college, and then when I was going to pledge a sorority, they got banned for killing somebody.
Oh no.
so they couldn't.
What'd they do? Like
Some
intoxication
girl
station?
drowned. She drowned
Oh my God.
during one of the things. They drowned
During
her.
Rush?
Well, there's a hazing.
What?
She got
in
hazed
the-
and she drowned, and they shut down the
Oh.
chapter for like a whole year,
Oh
and so nobody could get
no.
recruited. I'm sorry, legally, I didn't know. I love
Ugh.
all y'all. I'm going to homecoming
Don't-
this weekend, so I know everybody from all the things. I'm sorry.
Yep. No, legally Leah
She's
will.
like never. She's never. Okay, I'm sorry.
AKA.
I
guess
like y'all
it's
too.
Delta Sigma Theta.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
so sorry. I should have known that.
can one of y'all call Robyn and ask her why she didn't have? She's embarrassing y'all. Can y'all tap in and say, Robyn, why didn't you have no weights on the table?
Yes. There
You know
just
what I
could have
mean?
been. Let's talk about it. Let's break this party down, Shanna. So we're having a party. It's planned. It's so important that we're not even inviting Wendy. Wendy's got to stay home, but her kids can come. She decides it's not going to happen. Candace shows up late. She's mad at Gizelle. Get to the party. There are potato sacks on the ground. There's a Party City tablecloth
Yeah.
that has no weights, like you said, just all over.
The food, like the heavy food that's like wasn't on like any burners either. Was
No
it?
burners. No, it
Okay.
was flat as I could remember on the table, and it wasn't even covered all the way to keep the heat in.
Yeah.
It was kind of open and some kind of meat. Leah's going to homecoming too.
Oh, Bethune man, hey.
Oh, the Grand Dame is AKA. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, got it. We knew somebody was AKA. Okay, so this food is just the heat is gone. The heat is gone. Okay,
Yeah.
no weights.
It was really windy that day too. Like there was a lot of
windy.
winds,
And not even like some kind of tarp to cover a seat. Some chairs, a table, because you're just gonna sit in the bleachers and eat like a little league mom. Oh no, we're getting wrong information. Gizelle's an AKA, not Karen.
Oh right,
the Grand Dame didn't go to college. Yes, she went to what's her hometown again called? Put it in the chat. You guys will know what I'm saying, because remember she did a promotional video.
So yeah.
For them,
our little town, yes.
But we have all the HBCUs in the house because
we used to play against y'all.
Did you win?
No, their volleyball team was really good when I was playing.
Really?
But I'm actually good friends with the former volleyball player from Morgan, and we're actually going to go on a trip together this December.
No way! We'll see if they know Andrea.
Do you know Tiffany Oliver? She's like 6'1".
Oh my God, I love this. Well, volleyball, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
Surrey County. Remember she did that Surrey County ad, but it wasn't in Surrey County where she filmed it. I think it was in Potomac or something.
Oh, right. They were dragging her for that. Like, that's not where your town was.
So Gizelle and Wendy are AKAs. Okay, I got to keep this straight.
You can't keep straight anything. You're not going to get the taglines.
I know.
Right. I couldn't. Right. It's okay.
I know. I'm not good. I'm gonna have someone's gonna have to put that down, write it down, and then send it to me, and then I'll get it like tattooed or something. Okay. Wait. She knows Tiff.
Shut up. She's from Merced. Yeah. Be
quiet.
My
God. Small world, Andrea. That is YouTube just brings people together. It really does.
Wow.
Shout out to Tiff. Get her in the chat.
I think she's working. She works for Delta Airlines now. So
my God.
Be in the air somewhere.
Look at this. Tell Tiffany Drea the trainer said hi.
Oh, wow, you are a trainer? Oh, wow. I'm going to text her, and then if she responds to it at some point, I'll come back next week and let you know. She said, hey, girl.
Oh, my gosh. This is awesome. I feel like this is like a reunion. Yes. What a small world.
Yeah.
Princess saying Karen may have been inducted honorary. I'm going to look that up. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. So we have all the HBCUs here, but we didn't get any beverages. No beverages.
They didn't have anything to drink.
I didn't see a cooler. Maybe I missed it.
I didn't see.
No cooler. Nothing, you guys. Water, nothing. Water bottles, even though I know it's bad for the turtles, but I unfortunately have some right now from when my mom was here. Blame Nana.
Why didn't she have anything?
I just think she was really more focused on the three-legged races and the potato sacks. Robyn is, if I always say my personality, I'm not a type A at all. Okay. So like me, like, me and Valerie run our Mermaid Comedy Hour. Valerie's type A. She's organized. She's on it. She's boom, boom, boom. I'm type B. And I say I'm type B, where I'm very laid back, hands off. It'll all happen. No need to stress. Everything's going to work out. Okay.
Woo.
But Robyn, I feel like, is type C. She's not even there half the time. Like, Robyn is so relaxed. Remember, she was missing whole flights. Like, I have time blindness, but she was like missing flights of trips she organized. And then it made me feel good because I didn't feel so bad. Because people have asked, like, have you missed a flight? I'm like, of course I've missed a flight. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, you've never shown up. And they were like, you have to be here at least an hour, especially if you have a bag. And I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't ever read the rules. Like, I thought it was going to be different. Is it not an hour before? But I've never been that bad where I like planned something like a trip for friends or a very important show and missed it because of that.
The thing is, if you're planning something, you kind of take on the responsibility to kind of wrangle everybody, get everybody together and be in charge. You got an itinerary, you have to, so it's kind of a challenge if you are kind of hard with structure to be like, I'm going to plan a thing. Because then it's like, even at the end of the little picnic party thing, they were like, who won? And she goes, I have no idea.
She did not know. She didn't even know that. Giselle,
what did we do this for? Why did we do all this? There's no winners. What?
Right. And that's probably why Gizelle and her are good for each other. Because Gizelle was reigning and she's like, who's on what team? Oh my God, Robyn, wake up. Like, and Robyn's just like, well, I just thought we could be outside. And, I don't know. Like, there's grass. If anyone wants to have a little grass. And then she'll just like, ugh. I mean, Robyn, she's thinking about her next, what does she got? Hats? She's like, I got a lot on my plate. Remember when Target and Macy's hit her up in the DMs and they wanted to, like, I think it was like big stores. She was like, I'm getting anxiety. I can't do it. And I kind of related to that. But then I'm like, okay, but you got to reply or pay someone to reply for you. That's a big deal.
Yeah, if you know you're not good at that kind of stuff, then hire a person. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Not a Capri Sun Insight. We got kids. Now, Princess is saying the boys had a rolling cooler. Okay, but I mean, we need setup. I needed to even like a balloon display to be like family day. We're on TV. We are on TV.
I remember I was doing some comedy shows at this pole dance studio that was like cut in like the back alley of some like storage facility. It was kind of creepy, but when you got there, it was cool. But you couldn't tell where to go. So I would put balloons on the corner so people knew where to turn. And I'm just like a nobody. It's not on TV, but I like for people to know what's going on so they're not confused or lost or scared.
Thank you.
You got to put up a balloon or a tarp or something.
Right. Sign matching t-shirts, maybe. Call Teresa Giudice from Jersey. I think she has yoga pants and you can get matching sets that she makes people wear. You got to have some kind of branding needs to be happening. She should have maybe brought her hats. That would be a great promotion.
That would be cool. And it's so sunny out too. They could have wore the hats outside.
Exactly. Atharella says we're at 185 for Shanna's subscribers. So keep it going. Let's hit that 200. Hit it. Don't forget classic tug of war. Yep.
I mean, even those games were just like, she got her kids late for school. The three-legged race, they were cheating. They were, I don't know. I just didn't like how it was kind of like, everybody just come here and then we'll figure out what to do.
Well, Princess says she's poor, so we should give her a pass. But listen, she is actually not that poor because her hats are doing really well. And that house they bought does not look poor. But I see what you're saying. She is the poorest out of the bunch. She is the poorest out of the bunch.
Princess, why are you like this in the chats, Princess?
Oh my God. You'd love Princess.
She's the poorest.
She's the poorest. We gotta just let her know.
I mean, it's not even, I'm not even sure if like she's the poorest. I just feel like her taste or her, you know what I mean? Like, I'm poor, but I at least would try to have water and juice. Like, I don't think it would be that bad if I did it, and I don't have any money. I just feel like there might just be something with her just not being like a party planner or like an.
That's what Mia said. She's very basic, I think, in that sense. And
Yeah.
so she's not thinking at all like that. We can't just show up at a park. I mean, people are wearing matching sets. I mean, Karen and Mia both have the sweater, the matching set. People are arriving. So we need
Right.
to be greeted with something. Maybe they could have like a fun day mocktail that someone
Yeah.
gets, even fun for the kids. Even a classic lay. Everyone gets their little outside. Welcome to
Something.
spring. Yeah, something. But
Right.
oh my
Yeah. There's so many
goodness.
things she could have done, but I think she just like, let's just go outside because the park is free. It's free to be outside, so you don't have to pay for
I
that.
mean, she
And
did
then,
find the freest party in the history of housewives.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like she doesn't think about all the things that you need because, like you said, she is just kind of so laid back. Like she just has one big idea, but she doesn't get into the details of it. And then she goes, "It'll be fine." And you're like,
Robyn is
"No."
like detail napping. Like you can just tell. Sometimes Robyn is just she's one side of her brain is sleeping. She's like, I don't have time for that. I'm tired. Like she's tired. She's just that's Robyn's personality. But when she's awake, she can bring it. But then she's just no, I'm too sleepy. Okay, I'm so glad Juan Dixon's not here right now. I'm just very
Yeah.
sleepy. And Leah says I'd rather be poor than dressed like Gizelle. I mean, I think most people feel that way.
I mean, I would hate to get to a point where I have like to dress up for stuff because I'm a jeans and t-shirt kind of girl. I'm so basic, but I'm also 6'3", so leave me alone. I don't. It's
But
hard
I've
enough to
seen
find
you
clothes that fit
wear
me.
tons of cute outfits because on stage and stuff, you always pair things with cute jackets and stuff. So you do look really cute.
I do my best, but it's never
Mhm.
like, people have gotten, asymmetrical things with colors and the cutout and the shoulder pad and the thing that goes, all right. I would be a basic bitch on Housewives as well.
But Shanna, you look good in a bikini, so you don't have to do that. Now, people like me who don't wear the bikinis, we might have to add a little more flair. We have to dress it up a little bit. But you could just
Okay.
roll with your jeans, bikini top, or little shorts and look so cute. And I might have to put a little skirt on it, a little layer of sorts.
Look at you
So
giving me compliments.
I
That's
get,
cute.
well, I mean,
That's
it's true. It's
that's
just the
very sweet.
truth. You have to tell your friends the truth. Okay. I'm Awake says fun day was about if the moment or was about in the moment and done. Oh, it was like done in the moment and done to spite Wendy. It just came to her to ask about spring break the day before. Well, that is a really good point because it was haphazard.
Yeah, because she was doing that after the whole thing with me, not with me, Candace, after the little dancing thing, right? Where it was like,
Mhm.
oh, are your kids on spring break? Well, guess what?
Yes.
You can't come
Mhm.
now. That's true.
Mhm.
Spiteful outdoor party.
Not today, Nick. Not today. Well, then you better have better snacks. If it's going to be spiteful and I got to show up for your spite, there's got to be snacks.
Yeah,
I
because
need lots
then
of snacks.
Wendy's watching this at home, being like, "I'm glad I didn't get invited to that shit." Like she ended up winning because she didn't have to be there.
Yeah, that's true. She did
You
end
know,
up winning. And if this is
she
true, legally, Leah says, I heard that Bravo chips in 1,000 for cast parties. Well, where did it go? Did they get the most expensive potato sacks? Like, what happened? That's crazy.
And see, that's what I mean. Where'd the money go then? Because the
Yeah.
food, you only bought food, and you
Yeah.
didn't buy anything to drink. So, and you didn't have to pay for chairs. You didn't buy a tarp. The table's what, $20? Like, I'm counting the money. You didn't crack 500. I don't think.
No.
Because you
I'm
weren't
going to
feeding that
need,
many people either. It's not like it was a bunch of people there.
no.
She probably had leftovers.
I don't think anybody ate. I think everyone just ran home and was like, this was a horrible way to spend the day. Okay. I mean, that was crazy. Okay. So they break up in teams. Gizelle kind of is like, I'm gonna take the lead. Robyn's like, whatever, I'm athletic, so Robyn still does well because she's athletic. Juan Dixon's recovering from a very painful root canal and the loss of Michael Darby. Ashley is late because now she has these 2 kids and she's, talking to this publicist friend who's like, we will break the news it was very like the basics of a publicist.
PR.
Like I feel like,
Yeah.
the basic of PR, like we're going to drop this, around, did she say around Mother's Day? But
She said
it's
April.
April. Yeah. And then they
Yeah.
were like on a Friday. Yeah. Like a slow news day or so, when people will forget.
Yeah.
But what we find out later, we'll talk about that already dropped. So Ashley shows up, with the little guy and then Dean. I only remember Dean's name. I don't remember the other cute little baby's name.
Yeah.
And then, Dean's just like, hey, and he shows up and he's very Michael Darby, person like, hey, I'm here. I'm Michael Darby's son. And then Candace shows up and Candace she's having a rough time. She's struggling with the or the egg retrieval, or what's it called? Like the hormones that you have to
Harvesting?
put
I don't
in.
know.
Yeah, whatever, for her egg freezing. Okay.
Yeah.
So she actually is not having success with that. And that's how her and Ashley, the only way they've ever bonded is talking about this stuff with kids. And so she feels like a failure, which was sad to hear because I think a lot of women feel like
Yeah.
that about their bodies, which there's just so much pressure.
Yeah. And that's sometimes why it doesn't work, because you're stressed out about it working, that you kind of put your body in a state where it's not open to receiving what you want it to receive. So,
Yep. You need to have all that. So Ashley puts baby dust on her, which is that angel dust? I don't know what baby dust is, Shanna, but
it's breast milk. It's dried up breast milk.
she's just like, let it dry a little bit and then you sprinkle it over your journal with an affirmation. Because that's what she was like. I wrote in my journal and my affirmations about you with baby dust.
You're like, okay.
And I think Candace is like, is that like witchcraft? What is that?
Right. She almost didn't trust it. She was like, why? Maybe that's why it didn't work. Like, oh, you cursed me.
Yes, you screwed me over. I don't
Right.
believe in that. House of Princess says Robyn got 75 wings for 50 people. I think she got 25 wings. Yeah, for 50 people. It does sound like crack. Like, why would you put, I don't know. It just sounded really weird. But I did feel for Candace too. I feel for her because it's a lot of pressure. And, you know, she's just trying her best as a lady. That's all you can do as women.
She's doing it by herself too, because Chris was not in the episode at all, was he?
No, he's managing at the W and trying not to upset her friends when he's nice to them.
So she's like at home giving herself the shots by herself, and she's dealing with the accusations, and she's just stressed out. I think it is a lot to try to take on, but I don't think it's the right time for her to be trying to have a baby anyways, or trying to free. I don't know, because she said they want to get pregnant by the end of this year. But wasn't that the goal?
Yeah, that was. But you do have to freeze them by, they try to get you to freeze them by 35. And I don't even know if Candace is 35, but she's probably close to 35. But there's this weird age where all of a sudden they're like, are you 35? You better get that shit frozen. They just want to take
geriatric.
Yes, you do. You become like a geriatric pregnancy and they want to put your whole uterus on ice. And they're like, we better just freeze you. Okay, if you want to be a baby making machine, you better get in the freezer. And you're like, okay, how much? And like I said before, they're like 25 G's. And you're like, oh, never mind. I wasn't meant to be a mother.
That's a semester in college.
I mean, yeah. So Candace is also not talking to Gizelle.
Oh, yeah. She does not fuck with Gizelle. No mo. Not after that mess she pulled. Yeah.
I don't blame her. I wouldn't talk to her.
Yeah. I mean, nobody talk. Who wants to talk to Gizelle?
She's too messy. It's good for entertainment value, but as a friend or a castmate on the show, I'd be like, I'd be afraid, because even Eddie was like, oh, they're going after Chris now? They're going to take Chris down now? Like, Eddie was like, oh, this is the formula.
Yeah, he realized it too. Like, I thought we were just doing a fun show, but wait a minute. People are out here creating storylines and messing with people's lives. They went after me with the booty models. Now it's Chris. Yep. Wow, okay.
Chris's turn. All the people that are still married, they're going to try to take him down. So I agree with Candace 100%. I would not be okay with Gizelle, and I wouldn't. My husband doesn't owe you an apology. You didn't say anything about it was uncomfortable, or that he did anything. You just in your head is uncomfortable. So then make a note of that next time, and don't have him in. Don't talk to my husband then. Don't talk to him.
How about that? Yeah, stop pretending to be my husband's friend if you're going to say this kind of shit later on.
Yeah, even Eddie's like the guy who like cooked him dinner and okay. And we know that guys can be creeps. They can act nice at first and then be creeps.
Yes.
But Gizelle herself said, no, he didn't do or say nothing. It's her. She's worried about people's perceptions of her.
But nobody even, and even Candace is like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, I wouldn't go there if I was Candace either. I'd be like, I'm done talking to you as well.
Yep. I agree. I would totally be on the same thing as her. Okay, so Gizelle's just like, what? And then we get a new lady, which is Mia's friend, Jacqueline or Jackie.
Jacqueline's back, yeah.
And Jacqueline doesn't know if she's bi, pan, straight, whatever. And I mean, she said she's still figuring out, good for her. But she calls her guy her pee-pee. And then Gizelle's like, huh? Well, I equate that with a small penis, but her pee-pee is because it's her parenting partner or something. So they're not married? I was confused.
I can I be honest? I kind
Yeah.
of stopped listening to Jacqueline when they were talking on the bench, to be honest. I was like, oh yeah, she was there.
Because
Are
then they're
they
talking
trying to
about
make her
threesomes. They're trying to make Jacqueline happen.
they're trying to make Jacqueline happen. They're trying to make it like a spicy conversation so we can hear more about why Ashley and Mike are divorcing. And
Listen,
I
I
don't
would
know.
rather watch Ray tongue down Karen for hours than ever have to think about Ashley and Michael Darby having a threesome ever again. I can think about Ashley. I can't think about Gala. I'm like,
Yeah,
my
what's he
panties are excited. You know, like I can't.
hell?
I
What's he
can't.
doing? Oh, okay. No.
No.
So
Yeah,
I don't know
Jacqueline,
what
I don't know.
Jacqueline's are they. What do you guys think about Jacqueline? Is she trying to be like the next Marlo? Or are they going to push Gizelle out and make Jacqueline the new friend?
I
Or
think she is trying to be. I mean, that could be a good comparison with maybe trying to be like a Marlo, but we do know now from that preseason tea we talked about on the first episode when we covered it that Jacqueline and Mia have been friends for a long time, but they had a falling out since. So Jacqueline understands the assignment in that she's like, okay, well, I gotta get a storyline, so it's gonna be falling out of the friendship. And then Mia kind of foreshadowed this in the episode when she was talking to G about her mom in the car and was talking about Jacqueline saying, oh, her and Robyn get along really well. And I'm like, well, wait, that's my friend. And I'm thinking, oh, that is not going to be your friend for long.
Ooh, that dynamic always it's always tricky, right? Like, I brought you around my friends and now you're better friends with them than I am. And now we're not friends, but you're still friends with them. What the fuck? Yeah, that's always. Ooh.
I was like, okay, Jacqueline, it's already like we got a PP, a parenting partner. Now you might be going over to leaving your friend of all these years. Like I understand Mia's difficult. I wouldn't want to be her friend probably. But you've been friends with her for that long.
Right. I was going to say that's a history that's well beyond the TV show.
So that seems like it's more for, clout, more for success in the show than it is for you don't really like this person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Princess says couples that make your coochie dry.
Oh.
I mean,
No.
Michael Darby is he got a what's it called? A vasectomy.
That's the part I did enjoy. I'm on my vasectomy tip. I think was Ashley trying to say that he was getting one so he doesn't get her pregnant again? Like he's trying to make sure that he doesn't make any more kids with her?
Yeah, because he thinks she's trying to get impregnated by him again. She's gonna sneak one in. She's gonna grab one of those little spermies and take it home,
Isn't that what Mia said? Yeah, get you a 3 and a 4 or something. Wasn't that what she said?
Yeah, she goes paycheck 1, paycheck 2. Like it's like and I was like, oh, that's a really horrible way to say that, Mia. I mean, I don't expect anything but other than that from her, but
I feel like she thought that she was bonding with Ashley in that sense where he's like, I got to make sure I don't have no more kids with her because I feel like you're trying to get a baby. And she's like, that's right. Money. Baby is money. That's right, girl. Like,
she's like check 1, check 2, check 3, check 4 about the kids.
Because even when Ashley, they were having all these problems, and then she was like, I'm pregnant at the reunion. We're all like, what? Like, so even that kind of feels like she knows what she's doing. Like the babies are not because we love each other. This is a financial thing. I love the kids, but now after my contract is up with my husband, I don't have to be your wife anymore, and I'm still going to be able to get my money out of it. So I feel like they kind of see each other a little bit on that degree. I just feel like Mia doesn't have as much tact as Ashley does.
I'm sorry. Chick Benny's comment just made me laugh. Robyn used that money to pay their electric bill.
I really think that if it was $1,000 for that party and they looked like that, she pocketed that money for something else. I thought the same.
I mean, yeah. Good for you, Robyn. Yeah, I don't know. This Jacqueline, whatever.
Right. Exactly.
We'll
see. Like a lot of people kind of tuned out at that part in the episode. We're like, what is this? This is okay.
And he's like, he would want me to have threesomes, and then Ashley's like, Michael Darby, that's why we broke up. I'm like, that's one of the many reasons. It could be all the cheating scandals, people thinking, grabbing dudes' butts that work for the show. There's lots of reasons to dump Michael Darby. But she was like, he just wanted more threesomes. And as of November, I said, I'm done with threesomes. So
why couldn't she just say, I'm
Good
done
luck.
with Michael Darby because I fulfilled my obligations to the
Right.
because we all know that's why. It's not
Yeah.
like we fell out of love. It's like, no, it's contract's up and I don't have to do it anymore. So
Yeah. And I think I do believe her when she says that she's kind of sad that, like, because I think she does like being a mom and thinking that, like, this is taken away from her, like her kids can't have more siblings or something, or like the finality of that, I guess, when she didn't make the
Sure.
decision. Because I feel like a lot of couples make that together.
But they're not
The
couples anymore.
the vasectomy, exactly. But she's not, she's still
They're
ran
separated.
by him in so many ways with his people around her, his money,
You getting divorced, boo. So
I mean, yeah, that's how divorce works.
if you are craving Michael Darby dick, that's
She
you got a
was.
coochie craving for Michael. He's like, I'll give you what you want, but you ain't finna get no baby out of it. If you just want to get dick down, I guess.
Yeah.
But she knows that it's over because she wants it to be. She's like, the year of the contract being over, she's like, cool, let's get separated. Yes.
Mhm.
So
And if they do have that, contract, I just think, just like we talked about last episode, she doesn't fully understand, just like with the housing stuff, just like all the lines Michael Darby's been feeding her for so many years, she hasn't really educated herself about that to empower herself in this relationship.
yeah.
So even though they could have this open relationship and this could be ending, she might feel she doesn't understand the power she has probably under this contract fully.
Which is so strange to me. It's like she seems like she's super smart when it comes to like the TV show and how it works.
Yep.
But then remember that one time with the restaurant when she was fighting. What's the restaurant that they had?
The Australian restaurant, it was like kangaroo
But she
cookies
was
or
fighting
something.
with him in the parking lot, like, if you don't do such and such,
Yeah.
this is like, she knows, you know what I mean? I think there's like, she's not completely like, I don't know how to manage anything. She's like,
No.
you need to get this shit together because this is how it's going to work and this is what we're going to do. So I think there's, this willful ignorance, and maybe it plays well for the TV show to say, I don't know anything about the whatever, but I feel like she knows stuff.
So maybe you're probably right. So maybe it's more her fear of like, she knew this, and she knew that this wasn't probably going to be forever because of the way this contract was, and because, just like people are saying, remember when Nikki asked Ashley if she was attracted to Michael, she said she goes, he's dynamic, but maybe it's like the actual realization of like, I'll be by myself, I won't have Michael, because remember, Michael's not only her husband, he's like a father figure to her that she never had, and she desperately wanted her dad, to the point where that was heartbreaking to see her knocking on this man's door, and he was like, not home, never home, and you're just like, oh my God, what a horrible dude, and she's like, Dad, and he's like, no, Dad doesn't live here. He was, it was like the Kenya mom situation. Like, there's been so many of these parenting things where it just breaks your heart because all she wanted. So Michael, then, he definitely capitalized on that daddy dynamic, as sick as that sounds, because he's so much older than her. He's like 80 years older than her. Michael Darby, you guys don't know this, he was dead. They dug him up. Like, he had crypt keepery, and now he lives again like Walt Disney. It's really, he's Walt Disney.
Michael Darby at the pet cemetery, and he came back.
That movie was just on. He came back as Gollum. He is Lord of the Rings old. He is old.
I don't know about this, but Michael Darby is the undead.
Yeah, he looks like that. Yeah. So
there's probably is something to, not probably, there is something to that. You've got this lifeline for so many years and that kind of stuff. And
yeah.
And then who initiates the divorce? Is she initiating it? Because then it's almost like, I want a divorce, but also, please, let's continue this thing that I'm comfortable with and used to, and I don't have to think about what's going on. But also, I want my space. Like, y'all could be in an open relationship and have it structured in a way where it's whatever. But then you got to think about your kids. So I think she's like, I don't want to have threesomes and open relationship with my children around. That's a whole different thing you got to worry about too. And so I can see that being a struggle, but also like read up on your stuff, girl, so you know what you can do. What the hell?
No, you're right. I think the kids change the dynamic fully, because when it's just the two of you, threesomes, foursomes, fivesomes, he likes guys, he likes girls, he likes this, he likes that, gender fluid, all the good stuff. You know what I mean? Just have your fun, consenting adults.
Yeah.
Then you add kids, and there's this level of, you know, embarrassment maybe to your kid, or like the lack of the structure of the family, you know, that kind of classic structure. And then I do think there were so many times too where Michael Darby embarrassed her. So they might have had an understanding, but he did it. And there's a way where if you're in an open relationship, I don't know, I've never been in one because I would stab people, but I'm sure there are people that are very progressive in open relationships, not me.
Don't embarrass me.
Yeah, don't embarrass, just don't make me look like a freaking idiot. And he made her look like an idiot and himself look like an idiot. And so he didn't do it right. And when you're on TV, I don't know how you do that right, because you're going to get exposed.
Don't be sloppy. He's sloppy. He's a sloppy dude.
Or very basic, kids are cockblockers. You know, that's too.
They are. They stop all the fun. They knock on the door. You got more than 3 people in there. Somebody's outside like, Mom, what's going on? We want cereal. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, it's too much. You can't have that many people in the house without the kids asking questions.
Right? Exactly. It's just like, wait, is this daddy 2, daddy 3, mommy 4, mommy 5? Like, it's
right. Because then you got to explain the company. Like, oh, this is my friend.
Yeah. You're like, okay.
It's also your dad's friend. They are.
Which one's my daddy? And then it's like, so confusing. Okay. So we talked. So we got Ashley, you know, all that happened to her. Well, we'll get to her to finish her up. But overall, Robyn is like back to the Wendy Robyn. When Wendy doesn't let her kids go, that's when Robyn's like, oh, so it's not about the kids. It's about the kids. Robyn.
I like how she tried to make it sound like, well, I extended the olive branch and she still didn't want to go. So maybe it's about me and not the kids. Like, no, she doesn't want her kids to hang out with you because you are mean to her. Like, what?
Yeah, she's not going to send her children without her. That's weird.
Stupid. Oh, Robyn, that was so dumb.
Oh, Robyn, I know. Okay. Gizelle doesn't bring the twins, which the twins are more athletic. She brings her oldest daughter, and her oldest daughter's like, I'm going to manage, you know.
Did the twins want to come?
I doubt it.
Okay.
I mean, well, maybe they were doing things. Maybe they have sports or something. I don't know. I feel like the same way Mia's 13-year-old was like, no, Mom, I don't want to do this. So they're probably, maybe they were hanging out. They had a big group of friends. I don't know. They were
all together. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all together talking about like, do you wish your parents weren't on TV? Me too, or something.
Yeah, right.
But let's talk about, I haven't jumped in a potato sack maybe since 6th grade, when you do like those outdoor elementary field day, exactly, which what Robyn was doing. I'm not sure. Can I jump? What was Mia doing? Was that?
I don't know.
Because she was like, and then she was like,
yeah, she's like,
and her jumps were long, but not. They looked like they should go like a foot, but it was like a couple inches. And then she was just like, and then Gizelle's like, her ass doesn't fit in the, half her ass doesn't fit in the potato sack. But I didn't think that was a problem. It was just a very, and Mia's a long woman, you know, she's nice and tall, but she just, between Karen is one thing. Karen is about to turn 60. I mean, Karen's in great shape. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
But she's also got to get those boobs down still. So Karen, she's got a lung infection. She's allergic to, you know, Charrisse. She's like got all these other issues. But Mia's young.
I don't know if I've ever seen Mia exercise.
It's true. She has gotten a lot of the plastic surgery things to make the body look that way. She's admitted to.
That's why it's like, oh, you look like you hit the gym a lot, but you're just like manufactured. So I don't know if she actually can do like an actual jumping jack or any kind of jumping in general, but jumping with 2 feet in a potato sack is like, actually, if you haven't done it, then it's definitely a challenge. But all the moaning and groaning, it's like, look at me. Look, yes. Look at me when I was doing it. He was looking at me.
Why was everyone staring at me and paying attention to me while I was jumping? Because you're making sex sounds while you're jumping. And the kids are there. She was like, yeah. Like, I don't know.
And you're bad at it.
Yeah. Because it was
We're watching you fail. We're watching you be bad at hopping in this potato sack. That's why.
Yes, exactly. And she sounded like a velociraptor. And it was just a lot. It was a lot. And then
I'm not impressed with their athletic prowess.
Me neither. And then we do have to talk about Charrisse shows up. She doesn't have tennies on, I guess. And Robyn's like, you didn't wear tennis shoes? Like, Robyn, you didn't even send an invite. You probably sent a half text, with a very loosey-goosey time.
She was like, hey, come to the park.
Come to the park. And immediately, Karen shows up maskless. She's like, hey, look at me. We're matching. Her and Mia's like, we're the Teletubbies. And, Karen's like, oh, she mentioned something about an allergy. Something maybe like, oh, the allergies, because it's springtime in Potomac. Okay. But then Charrisse shows up and she's like, and the mask goes up.
Full-blown dying. Yes.
Pneumonia. And she goes, then she's like, I got a respiratory infection. I'm like, what?
This is the era of Karen faking an illness to get away from Charrisse every time. She's like, ooh, is Charrisse going to be there? I have 105-degree fever. Cannot make it. It's not COVID though. But next time you see me, oh, my lungs. Ooh.
So exactly.
Girl. And everybody was like, oh, she's doing that because you're here. Now I get it. Yes, she hates you, Charrisse. She doesn't want to be around you.
Knew. She was like, oh, well, it's just me. And she's like, well, I have that effect on people. But you're exactly right. She was like, gee, she's like coughing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cough. She puts the mask on. She's got an oxygen tank. And she's just like, gee, can you walk me to the car? Make sure I make it. Like she's going to die on the way to the car.
But what about you make it to the car, then you still have to drive home, Karen?
She's hoping she can hit a Rite Aid. I think she said, is there a Rite Aid around here?
Give me a Z-Pack.
Yeah, she just forgot to take
emergency. Oh, I mean, it's not even convincing. Everybody knows that she don't want to be around Charrisse. Everybody knows that. It's really funny though.
It's so funny. It's so funny. But again, I want her to stay, but I do kind of like, at least, I mean, not all the things that she showed up for, but at least she showed up and then finds a funny way to leave. I guess I'll take that over just not showing up at all. But the fact that she immediately was like, I'm dying. And she's like, hey, what's up, everybody? Look at me. I got a crop top. I can barely jump. And then she was like, oh my God, I shouldn't have. And then has to have another husband walk her.
That's probably why Robyn didn't invite Charrisse formally. She just sent her a text last minute when Karen was there so she can create the drama of Charrisse showing up.
Yes. Very messy, very messy. Robyn's taking notes from her friend Gizelle. I see.
Robyn's always like, why can't Charrisse come? Why can't she be invited? I don't understand.
She's great. She's the OG. She is the real grand dame, in my opinion. That's what Robyn says. So she definitely wants to set up Karen in that sense. And Karen's like, all right, I'm gonna all the illnesses she's gonna have to pull out for this one. And she did. I'm thinking, you really have a respiratory infection. Those are I've had respiratory infections. That's very bad. And you still came and you were jumping around a potato sack.
You went out in the wind too. That makes it harder to breathe. Yeah. I didn't really hear the cough at all earlier on, but I feel like it's like a lingering cough, but when you turn it on, you can turn it on. It sounds real bad. You're like, oh, okay. Maybe you are sick.
Oh, Karen, the acting. But Karen first, before she leaves, she does call out Robyn on not inviting Wendy and just Wendy's kids. And she was like, you guys have to act better. Like, I can't take a sick day. I got to be here. Your behavior needs to be better. And I'm like, yeah, that's the classic grand dame. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I mean, she's right. She's completely right. So this day is a bust. I would be pissed. Anyone invited me to this. The snacks weren't on point. The setup wasn't on point. There was no structure. Even I need a little structure. Even being type B person, I need a little bit of structure. There was nothing. Even Juan was like, not doing this. I would rather get a root canal than go to Robyn's party. So it was, I would mark this as one of the worst parties in Housewives history or events. Yeah. Unfortunately for Robyn, I would.
Not one of the worst.
One of the worst, Shanna. I was very, very disappointed. I was just so, it's going to take me a while to get over this. Me and Juan together, we're just going to roll our faces with our anxiety rollers, rollers.
I think everybody's looking forward to the drama of the Michael Darby press release thing. I think everybody's just kind of, that was like a filler episode for like, now we're getting into it. Okay.
Yes. And I cannot wait. So This was my favorite part of the episode where I laughed out loud. Okay, so I'm kind of jumping around here, but the publicist thing. When Ashley says, well, we've prepared something to put out, and she's having the conversation with her publicist, she starts, it's too long, first of all. Too long, didn't read.
Yes,
No TLDR, no one's reading it. If I got to hit more on the Insta, I'm not reading it. The only reason I do that is because then I add like a ... and then a bunch of hashtags. So somehow I'll get likes on things on Instagram. I can't wait. That's the only reason I want to be famous, is so that I can just get likes on Instagram without having to tag stuff. Like that's literally the only reason. I don't care about the money. I just am sick of tagging. I have notes where I have to save these stupid tags. I am a pathetic piece of crap that puts influencer in it, because why not?
No,
I've influenced.
Don't say you're a pathetic piece of crap, please. No.
Shameless. I'm just anything for that engagement.
You gotta do it. I get bumped putting in like 2 or 3 tags. It's like stand-up comedy. It's like, oh God, no one's gonna see this shit.
I heard you gotta do at least 12.
What?
Tags. Yeah. Or 12 tags is like the money, but that, I don't know who I heard that from. I could have just made that up in my head.
12 tags. Oh.
That's why in my notes I have all, like, for my housewives stuff, for my comedy stuff, all these different tags. I mean, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. And I hate myself for saying that, but that's what I do. So when she's putting this Instagram post out, I'm like, yeah, just like, you're not going to read it. But as she reads it, the editors of this show, they've been so good. They've been so good to us. They've been so good to us, because they're cutting with, she's got this emotional, like, after many years of love and respect with Michael Darby, and then it cuts to, let's go to Vegas. My wiener fell in another lady. Sorry, and them fighting, like all the moments as she's reading this long diatribe of BS. And you're just like, anytime someone sees that Ashley Darby and Michael Darby are getting a divorce, we're just like, finally. I don't think there's anyone on earth going, oh no. Why? No one.
Oh, it's such a good relationship.
Yes. And they have the blogs. So I don't know if you know this, Shanna, but there is the blog they always show is called All About the Tea. And we call the lady who runs its name is Monica.
Okay.
We call her Momica. She had a whole fallout with her panel like last year, and it was the biggest news on YouTube ever. We also call her All About the Treason, because she just makes stuff up about people. But she's been showcased, like Princess is saying, on 2 weeks in a row. And she's the blog that last season at the reunion, these women were shitting on her, because she's the one that put out the story about Eddie that wasn't true. So it's just kind of see what hits, that kind of stuff. So I saw her blog again on this episode, but I saw some other blogs too that were quoted once we get to the end of this episode, where it's been leaked that Ashley and Michael are getting divorced. Dun, dun, dun.
Who leaked it?
Any of them, right? My money's on Gizelle.
Well, the timing of it is so interesting, because it's like, did she tell them that she was preparing to put out this statement at a certain time, and someone was like, no, I'm going to do it first? Because the timing seems very weird. It's almost like somebody had to have known she was going to release this statement, and then they were going to do it before her. Because they could have told on them.
She leaked it. Her mom. Her mom has been waiting. Can you imagine being Ashley's mom, having to sit there and wait and be like, is this contract up yet? Please, honey, divorce him. He's trash. Uncle, what's the uncle's name?
I can't remember.
So her mom got together, and they were like, how do you call TMZ? Yeah, they just grabbed their phones and they're like, let's just put a text out.
Did they know she was going to release it in May or April? Did they know the timeline of it though?
I'm sure she told her mom, right?
I don't know. It just feels like nobody knew when to drop the info to undercut her. Do you think Michael did it?
What would I guess we have to go, what would anyone gain? Because it seems like Michael wanted control of this narrative at a certain time. But also, so what would he gain by dropping it to blogs instead of an organized statement between the two of them? I feel like someone who wanted to mess maybe with Michael.
Oh, I mean, we haven't seen Michael at all, so we don't know what kind of...
We don't know
what kind of mood he's in.
Yeah, maybe one of his lovers. Maybe someone who his vasectomy doctor.
I mean, you just don't know because she's making it sound like he's like being manipulative and mean in the background. Like it's not. You know what I mean? It's weird to see what the dynamic is now because we don't get to see it.
Yeah.
So he might be like, I actually don't want to release a nice little fun statement. I want to ruin your show or whatever. You know what I mean? Who knows?
Yeah, I guess exactly. We don't know, but it's not a surprise that this has been leaked. It happens all the time with housewives. And again, no one is going to be like, why? Oh, I thought they were going to make it. We've been counting the days. Like, what is that contract again? Was she going to make it to 7 years, 5 years? How many kids? And she did.
Yo,
She
when
made it
that
to the
dropped, we
time.
were like, yes, this is going to be a great season. Can't wait to watch it drop live. Can't wait to see it happen in real time. We have to wait 5 episodes before we get to it. Oh, please start with that.
Exactly.
Start with the divorce, please.
Lead with it. Brooke
Yeah.
saying Ashley probably did. I mean, she might have, because she might be pissed at him.
Well,
I
see,
would be
if
pissed at him.
you think you know the story, but you don't know all of it, and maybe Ashley did. Oh,
Shauna, look at you with that callback. I love it. Oh my gosh.
Ashley's
Yes.
a little puppet master of her own plot.
And she's so good at playing like the what, just like you were saying.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be, and good. Make it hurt on him a little bit. Like, why does he get all the control over these situations when he's the one that has made it horrible?
Yeah, and then she can be on film being like, I want to release a statement. And it's between the two of us. And oh no, someone leaked it. Oh,
who would do that? Exactly. And just to be like, I just want to respect Michael Darby, but really, I wouldn't want to respect a man who did me like that on TV. No way.
But
you got to play the game to get the money.
Do you think we'll find out who leaked it?
I feel like I feel like that information would have leaked about the season already. And so that would have already hit the blogs like, oh, P.S. You're going to find out the season that Ashley really was leaking her own stuff.
Maybe it'll leak after next week's episode. Maybe somebody's just holding on to the little things to drop it throughout the season to make us tune in.
I would actually like to hear that Ashley did. So I hope Brooke is right that Ashley did leak it, because anything to screw over Michael Darby, I am down with.
But doesn't that hurt her though in the end, because they're trying to get a house together and the LLC and the blah 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 and the refinance and blah blah blah? Like,
I don't think so. If they don't know it's her, it doesn't hurt her because like, he's trying to convince her that like, if we're not a couple, then they won't give us a house. No, if you have money, they'll give you the house. If you make the best offer, they'll give you the house. You can be broken up, hating on each other. They'll give you the house if you have the money. Okay, because I'm very much in love with my husband. He's very much in love with me, but we can't just walk in and go, we can't afford this, but we're together. We are together. Can you give us this house? They're like,
you need.
No, but we could walk in and be like, we're getting divorced tomorrow, but we have money. And they'll be like,
that's
okay.
all you need.
Exactly.
Is to be together. That's why I don't have a house, because I'm single. Right? But as soon as I get together with a person with no money for a down payment on a home, they're going to give it to me because I have a partner. I've got a PP.
Oh, you got a PP? I love a PP.
I got a big PP.
Well, you got a big PP. It sounds so wrong, but also so right.
Yeah.
It sounds so right.
I would love to get a house because I have a partner. That's crazy.
I know.
But also just false.
Walk in like, I have a partner. I mean, that's like literally not too long ago, like our grandma's generation, they couldn't get a house without a dude.
Oh yeah. You couldn't do anything without a dude.
No, couldn't get a car, couldn't get a loan.
Didn't open a bank account.
Nothing. So they're like, well, where's your husband to sign for it? It's like, oh geez, they had to pull him out of the bar. I don't know. I'm just assuming most of these dudes, they're just like.
That's the same dynamic though with Ashley. It's like, well, my whole life is tied up in Michael's stuff and I don't have my own stuff. I got these kids.
Mm-hmm. And that's, like Mia said, that's a paycheck, but I definitely don't think that's the way you should say it. I mean,
what's this photo here?
Okay, so since we wrapped up the episode, I thought we'd have a little fun and just take a look. I only have a couple screenshots, but Ashley, I feel like sans Michael Darby, fun time. Ashley, she decided for Halloween to do some of the most like iconic looks from Potomac, and this one she nailed it. She looks good. She looks better than Karen does with that wig.
Was that a wig that Karen was wearing? Yeah, her hair didn't grow that fast.
I actually don't know, so I shouldn't assume because I don't know.
That's a Bridget Fonda
Mm-hmm.
single white female wig.
That is the exact wig I feel
that
like Bridget
cut.
Fonda had and cut in that movie.
Yeah,
So she maybe just borrowed it from the movie.
I mean, it's supposed to be like red hair, but that's the same little like, I'm gonna steal your identity. haircut.
Yes, that's the original Karen haircut, I think.
Yes.
For sure. Still not, I actually don't hate this cut on either of them. I do think it works for Ashley because it's a little, Karen's looks a little choppier.
Choppy, yes.
But nothing is as bad as, remember when Nene had the bangs and then to here to like.
Oh yeah, the little, like a little Dutch boy.
Yeah, and that was the only hairdo where I was like, oh, who hates Nene? Like, why? No.
Oh.
Because I love Nene, but I was like, no. But this, I mean, this is a tribute. I think this looks really good.
Yeah, it looks good. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's like, who's who? I mean, both look beautiful. Okay, so then we have this recreation of the Wendy.
Oh, that wasn't a good era for Wendy.
It really wasn't. And
I like Wendy was trying to channel like Whitney Houston from the 80s.
Yes, I want to dance with somebody.
Dance with somebody. Yep.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love that we just get our same references. Sometimes I'm going live with fetuses and they just don't get me, you know? And I'm like, what? You don't remember that? But that is very Whitney. And that was like such a hot look. Like throw a bow on it. And that is
big old shoulder bow. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's the kind of shit that I would wear because I don't know how to dress myself.
But you could totally rock that. I don't know. I think Ashley looks better in this look.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both beautiful, but this works better for Ashley for some reason. Okay, and then I gotta pull up.
It's the present.
It's just so
She's
sweet.
Like, I am a gift, honey.
Right?
Shoulder presents. Get the shoulder gifts.
I just realized I didn't grab all of them. Oh, I have to show you this one. This was my favorite costume. Favorite. Again, I'm biased, but I think some people will agree.
Oh, yeah, that one is cute. That is cute. Little poetic justice. Right? Yeah, I like that one.
I do too. Gosh. All right. I know I'm biased. All right. So I got that one.
Do you think the braids are connected to the hat?
Oh yeah, they do sell those hats with the braids. Usually like a store, and they always have some kind of like Jamaican,
yes, the little Rastafarian beanie with the braids in the back. But they do make hats like that now.
They do.
With yes, I saw a video of a girl who
went through security.
One. She went through TSA at the airport, and they asked her to remove her hat, and she took her hat off, and they had the braids.
That's so stupid. Like, you can't scan. You're already scanning my liver. Like, you can't see through my hat.
It popped up as like something on there because my hair this is like fake hair. So whenever I go through TSA, it like shows up yellow for some reason, and then
yellow.
The person has to like put their hands through my hair because it's just funny. So whatever it's made out of, it probably pings on the thing. It's like, I don't know what that is, but now I gotta check it.
Now you got to take off the hat.
You got to take the hat off, and she took the hat off and had all the braids around it. And they were like, oh.
And the hair comes with it. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That is just not fair to us ladies. That happen. But yeah, I've had TSA moments where they were just really getting in there, filling me up. Mm-hmm. Where I was like, what do you think is in? What am I carrying? I thought that machine, the cancer machine, I thought it was supposed to see into your soul.
They're looking for explosives, by the way. So.
Oh my God. I don't even know how to. Well, I guess they can't tell by looking at me. I could be an explosive connoisseur. But
you got some gunpowder on your pants.
Oh yeah, because that's why they do that. They dust your hand. Mm-hmm. Oh goodness. Okay, I realized I didn't screenshot all of them, and I want to get your reaction to this. Wait. This one's a little blurry, but the poetic justice was just my
yeah, that one's cute
because they look so good. Okay.
I like easy Halloween costumes. Like, I watch so many people like get dressed, and I'm like, oh, you could just like wear your regular clothes and like be a character from a movie. And I'm like, I'm just gonna wear devil horns. I'm too lazy.
I just wear
I've been
cat
doing
ears.
yeah, I've been doing this for years. I can't.
I like decorating my house, but like putting me in a costume, I think I've done it in the past and I enjoyed it, but I just haven't lately, really. Ever since the pandemic, I'm just like, well, whatever.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
just will
all
decorate my
weekend
house.
when I was doing shows and stuff, and people were like, "What are you dressed as?" I'm like, "I'm black." Rah! So
And maybe in the area that you're in with the boring the audience members you were telling me about,
yeah.
they wouldn't even
I mean, they
react
did
to
laugh at the
nothing.
joke. They laughed at it for a little bit, and then one guy kind of processed what I said, and he was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Yeah, yeah."
Oh, no, we're definitely not gonna. We weren't already. We just wanted to hear what you had to say.
I was like,
I
"It's a
love.
good joke because you guys think that black people are scary, right?"
I
Get
mean
it?
that takes them to have to do a little bit of inner, and they're like, no, and then they'll
And
pull
that's
the
why
I don't
and
see
that's why I
color.
say it. That's exactly why I said it, because it's funny and
Yeah,
because it's also true.
yeah, exactly.
Wait, was Ashley herself for Halloween?
Yes.
Hilarious.
So she's one of her worst looks. Now this she pulled off way better in the retelling of it, if you will.
Yeah, it's a different wig. The wig is so much better.
That I think someone said that was like a Mama Joyce wig when she first wore it. And I don't know who said it, but I'm like, that would work on Mama Joyce, but not on Ashley. It's too
Yeah.
old for her.
Yeah, it doesn't have enough movement. It just feels like when the wind blows, the whole thing kind of goes at one time. It's not like
And
individual strands. It's like the entire unit just
oh
moves.
yeah.
The Mama
And the
Joyce one.
bangs are a little
Yeah.
interesting, but the other one totally
Yeah.
works.
That one's got, you can see like the definition in every curl. She's got a better wig for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Ah! Wow, that one I couldn't tell for real for like a split second. That was crazy.
I'm
Like
sorry,
when
you
first,
don't know if you don't watch it. Sorry, Stephanie. Go ahead, Shanna.
I mean, when you first clicked it, I couldn't tell for a second. Like, wait a minute. Oh, wait, they're not both Gizelle. That's a good one.
Right?
That's a good
But
one. Even
again,
the wig.
Ashley, that almost I don't know why this stuff is working for me for Ashley, but not for Gizelle. I don't know if it's just maybe the color of the dress, but that hair is
Yeah.
still, I mean, I remember when very thick highlights were what you wanted. And I don't, is that coming back?
It doesn't even look bad on Ashley, but it's still bad.
It is still bad, right?
It's quite jarring, but it still doesn't look as bad. I don't know. That's funny though. Wow, that's a good one.
So if you guys don't know, some people were like, who's who? Ashley on the left, Gizelle on the right. So Ashley's the one doing the costume, mimicking it. Okay. So she's always going to be on the left. And then we have this one. I loved this one.
Ah!
Candace and Ashley. Ashley doing Candace, even with the act
See?
out.
Are those braids inside the little head thing? Where you know what I mean? Is that a braided wig that she wrapped up? I have so many questions about that.
She needs to do a story time about this.
It's good. She's doing a really great job. Did the ladies have any reactions to it?
I didn't get that far. But I would wonder if any. I mean, she did. I feel like she was paying homage to them more so. You know, like
wow, yeah.
It wasn't disrespectful. Like it was funny, and it was respectful, and
they're very much on point too. It's not like they're good.
Yep. This is the only one where I think Mia pulled it off better, just because I like the part with Mia's hair, and I like you can see more detail on her shirt or what dress, blouse, whatever.
Yeah. But, I mean, overall, pretty good.
Right. Okay. I think was there one more? Did I miss one? Let's see. I grabbed so many screenshots throughout a day.
She didn't do Robyn?
Bravo shit. Oh, she did. Okay, that's the one. Look at this. Remember this look, this reunion look?
Yeah. I don't know which one I like better.
That, yeah, I mean,
we're just.
Robyn's is more of a yellow tone, and I'm preferable to a more icy blonde. I have preferable. Is that the word? No, I have a preferential. I don't know. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Ashley again. I like the eye makeup on the shape of her eyes is really beautiful. The lip color is great. Again, it could just be the lighting of the picture too,
Yeah.
but it works.
Yeah, I mean that hairstyle is kind of tricky to pull off because it's like, is it crimped?
Yeah,
Is it? It's like
it is like
crimped
a
with like
crimp.
a leopard print. It's got a
Exactly.
lot going on. That's got a
Mhm.
trickier wig to even find and duplicate. So that's,
Right?
I mean, to put that much work into it is really bravo.
She put the work in, and you guys are putting
Bravo,
the work
Ashley.
in because Shanna is up to 189 subs. And we still got the
Whoa.
replay watchers out there, and I've had Shauna go longer than I'm always like, it's just an hour, Shauna. And then here I am blabbing my ass off. So please let's keep subscribing to Shauna's channel because I would love to know that we hit over
Yeah.
200 for this one, and we'll just have
Yeah.
our goals every time we go live. But that's the episode, and that's their Halloween fun looks. We saw we got the taglines. I mean, we did a lot in this
We
live,
did.
Shauna. I
We
think we
covered
killed
quite a
it.
lot. We did. I think
I'm
we killed
proud
it.
of us.
I love the commentary from the people watching live. You guys are
Oh
awesome.
my God, they're so
It
funny.
was such a fun, really HBC reunion. We had our own little
Right?
homecoming. That was fun. I love that.
I love it.
That's one thing about Black colleges. We might fight amongst each other in our respective little areas, but when we see each other out, we be like, ah! So I always love, there's no love lost or anything like that. Once we're like outside of our little bubbles and stuff, we're like, you went to where now? Okay, yes. And we're always very excited.
I know Tiffany. You know Tiffany.
Yeah. And I just love that part about it because it's like it's a family of people that you don't know, but you have the same kind of shared experience. And I think that was super cool and fun. So
That's
good job,
awesome.
everyone.
Good job, everyone. You did fantastic. We love
Happy
it. Such a sense
homecoming,
of
everybody.
community. Oh, and Legally Leah was asking about the logo on your
It's
tee.
BCC volleyball. See?
The volleyball, always repping the volleyball.
Yeah. Well, I went when it was Bethune-Cookman College. I'm a little bit older. Now it's Bethune-Cookman University. And I was like, where y'all get money from for that? Because where you get university money from? We never had.
Right?
Back in my day, we were just a college. Now you got a university. Ooh, okay.
I didn't even know that was like a higher tier college.
Trust
to
me,
university.
we went back for the homecoming one year, and I was like, "Wait, y'all got a locker room? Because we didn't have one. Like, where y'all find money from for that? Oh, okay. So
they got.
yes.
You need to go back. You got to go back.
We are.
You
I'm
deserve
going back
it.
Friday.
But I mean, go back and play and get a locker room.
You know what's funny is that I left after 3 years, and so I had technically a year of eligibility left with the NCAA, and I was like, maybe I can go back and play a season.
Oh my God, that would be awesome.
No, I have to get my ass handed to me. Those little girls, no, not at all.
It could also be a docuseries that you pitch. I'm thinking from the comedic standpoint of coming back. You know, you have, I don't want to out anyone's age, but you have like, you know, I know I'm older than you, but you know what I mean? You're not in your 20s.
No.
You're 29. I mean, that's technically kind of in your 20s, you know. So
there's a basketball player who recently stopped playing basketball. He goes to college at North Carolina A&T, which is also another Black college. And he has a golf scholarship. He like walked onto the golf team, and he has like a 4-point-something GPA. Like,
what?
He's doing great. I'm like,
that's amazing.
I want to go back to school when I'm like 50 and start picking up sports and getting good grades when I can focus. That sounds awesome.
I mean, I would be much better in college as an older person than I was when I was there, because my first semester, I was on academic probation because I didn't want to go to class.
Well, no one does. Stop sending 18-year-olds to college. We're not made for it. Let us fart around and find out what we want to do first. Yeah. I'm in Daytona Beach. This is where my school is. My school is literally spring break for 3 months. You want me to go to class?
See, and mine was in Wisconsin, and I still couldn't make it. Like, I was like, I mean, and I still was like, there are better things to do. So I would have been totally screwed. So it took me like those 4 years to get my GPA back up. And people were so surprised, like my mom and dad, because I never was like a bad student. But I was like, you know, I got a boyfriend, I got parties, alcohol. Yeah. I mean, it was just like, what
priorities
is this?
are not.
I don't
you get
want to
freedom.
go to this. Yes.
Yeah. So they should. in other countries, they don't go straight to college. They go touring around the country or the world. They travel, they see what they like, and then they go to school. And I think that's probably the
Exactly.
best idea, because once they go to school, they finish and there's no damn debt because they get their degrees and
In
it's
what you
free.
want to do as well, because I think, like, I remember showing up at orientation, like freshman orientation, they're like, what do you want to major in? And I was like, Marlboro Lights. I don't know. So I was like, well, I like to write, so journalism, and that's just what I went with. And then I picked up creative writing and psychology as minors along the way, because I just was, and I guess now I'm journalizing. I mean, I don't know. I didn't.
Well, that's the thing. Then you can't expect kids to know what they want to do for the rest of their life. Do you know how many times I've changed my career?
Right. And the average person, I had a therapist tell me one time, the average person changes careers like 7 times, I think now. Changes jobs, maybe not full careers, but that could be a career change as well. But changes like once you're into, I guess, your career. Yeah.
I mean, I've changed my major 7 times, which is
Right.
why it took me a while to graduate from a college. Not the one I started with, but I finally finished.
Well, it took me, I went 5 years at a 4-year, because I was like, I picked up another minor, like at the last minute. I was like, psychology. I think I want to do psychology.
Yeah, everybody picks psychology. If you're a student athlete, you start with something really hard and then you end up doing like PE because you just want to finish.
Right.
You can't study and have 2-a-days and miss weeks of school because you're on the road. And also, I'm like, listen, I just want to finish.
Yeah. I think that's such a similar experience for so many people, because I know Chell, I mean, it took him a while too. He went to a college in Indiana and then he finished out at ASU. And that's around the time I met him, and he was like 25, 26. And
yeah.
He was just
There's
like,
nothing wrong with,
No.
figure it out. But, we're all figuring it out,
Take your
No
time,
pressure.
because you got to start paying those loans back. Like soon. And that's why I hate the people that are like mad about people getting some of their loans, I'm like, well, I already paid for mine. Well, did you like doing that? Was that fun for you?
Was it good for you? We had to work 3 jobs and not have any fun?
Yeah, the fact that tuition has rose 500% since the 80s, and I don't think our salaries have.
Right. Shut up.
So cost of living increases, all that, but we don't get paid more money. Andrea says, I went for 5.5. I mean, no shame.
A lot of us, a lot of people I knew went, they went 5.5 years. A lot of student athletes for sure did, because you just can't.
It's a lot of pressure. I didn't have athletics or anything. I just had drinking.
You just don't know what to do. You're figuring things out. You miss your home. You're stressed out. And I picked nursing. I picked a hard ass major, and that involves
science,
chemistry.
Math.
What? Oh. That was dumb.
I had to take one math class in college because I'm like, math. I'm just not good at math at all. And it was called, Shanna, Activities in Math. It was at 8 a.m. and I could barely make it. And at the end, I think I was barely pulling a C. And you basically started pre-algebra, algebra, and then you just went up to like trig, geometry, like all you just in little bites. And still I was like, I feel like I'm very good at writing. I'm all that stuff. That's my side of the brain. But when it comes to math, so for our final was cumulative. And so I talked to our professor, who was like 100 years old. He was so cute, but he was like so elderly, and I just loved him. And I talked him into letting me write a paper on the Pythagorean theorem.
Oh, wow.
So that's what I wrote. And that's how I was able to get not fail the class.
Gift of gab, just working your way out of a bad situation. Okay,
I had to do something. Yes. That was like, I would get anxiety about going to math class, because they would like, I don't know if this happened. You had to take a lot of math and science, but I didn't. But in math classes, sometimes they'll pair you up with people, and I just felt like an idiot every time, because I was giving nothing to the partnership because I was like, I don't know. It just
That's
didn't
me whenever
compute.
I have sex. Okay.
I'm just gonna lay here and enjoy the ride, and you're gonna have to, man the roller coaster. So.
You're doing great.
Oh, we love it. That's how we love to end, with some good sex and math jokes. So
we started with hand jobs, and now we're talking about other stuff at the end. See?
Yes. So shout out to all you guys for joining us. Keep subscribing to Shanna's channel. Shanna, where else can they find you? And plug the book, plug it all.
At Shanna Christmas on all the things. Here, I got a book right here now. This is my book that if you buy one, it's on Amazon. It's my healthcare book. It's my comic book about, doing
love
LT
it.
and such, and it's great. They sell really well in person, which I always love because people are always like shocked, like, did this really happen to you? I'm like, yes, old people are mean.
Yes.
And so all the links are in the description.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah,
All the
buy them
links
on
to
Amazon
socials.
or whatever. And yeah, next month, well, not next month, this month, when I get back from homecoming, I'm going to be doing a month-long competition if I make the next rounds, obviously.
You
And
will.
that should
I'm
be
gonna put
fun.
baby dust on you, comedy baby dust. So you make it.
Winners only. The only 2 winners that were ladies in the past 30 years.
That's so crazy. I mean, that's so comedy, but it's so crazy
Yes.
still.
So yeah, I'll be doing that next month all around Washington, and then I'll be back in Vegas at the end of December. So but yeah, I'll be out here. Follow me on stuff.
And then your birthday.
Yep, and then my birthday, everybody, Christmas.
Christmas.
So yes,
Love
subscribe
it
for my birthday. How about that?
Yes,
and watch
subscribe
my videos.
for Shanna's birthday. Everybody, hit that like, leave a comment.
Free.
It's free, and it helps us wonderful ladies.
It helps, yeah.
So yeah, hit that like, leave a comment after. The comment helps with the algorithm. Let us know what sorority you were in, all the stuff.
Tell us what schools, yes. Tell us which HBCU you guys went to.
Exactly. And how long did it take you to graduate from college? And even if you didn't, who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
You know what's funny? I've had tons of jobs and stuff, and no one has ever asked me to prove that I have a degree. I could have just lied this whole time. No one has ever pulled it up. Yes. I don't remember. Does that happen in a background check? They just wanted to know if I was a felon. That's it.
Yeah. Even the people that got like straight A's in school, I'm like, I've never walked into like a patient's room and they say, but what grade did you get in this class? Nobody asked
knows.
You that.
I was on academic probation my first semester. Yeah. No one's ever. I've just happily volunteered that.
It's like, I'm hoping that you can help me, but I don't need to see your GPA to know that you can help me or not. No. So none of it matters. None of this matters, you guys. None
of it matters. Some of the worst people I know have college degrees. So there you go. And happy homecoming, like Andrea says. And Andrea is going to DM me a picture, and I'm supposed to share it with you, which I will totally do. So follow us on the socials, like the video, subscribe to Shanna, and we'll be back. We just did Tuesday this week because I asked to move it, but for another one of our friends who went to Howard, Busy Blue, and he got engaged, and so
fun.
We had a little live last night to celebrate his engagement. So if you guys follow Busy as well in Tay the Bay, go show them love. They were engaged and it was fun. They did it on Zoom for us friends that couldn't be there in person. So
how
and it was a surprise to Tay. Busy, proposed to Tay, and it was at their housewarming. It was really cute.
Oh, that's
and we
so
replayed
cute.
it. So but then we got copyright struck by YouTube because they played a song in it. It was like way in the background. It's like,
wow, damn. They do this thing hard. Wow.
They do. Because when I was watching the engagement live on Zoom, I was like, oh no, someone's playing music on their phone. I can't hear. Like I thought someone had like their phone, but that was their song that they're playing, but I didn't know. So yeah. And yes, Princess, you should definitely purchase a master's and doctorate, and purchase me one too. If they got like a BOGO, I would love a doctorate. A BOGO or something like that. Okay, the long Minnesota goodbye. We'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.
Good night, y'all.